Well, hey guys, this is Alex, and I have for you today a review of the Southord PXD7 Dimple pick set. I bought this last week. It came this weekend via the mail, and I thought I'd show you my early conclusions on it. So it comes in a little cardboard box, which I'll set aside now. I believe I have all the picks here, but if I don't, you're not missing anything. Zoom on that. So you can see by the scale, they're roughly 110 millimeters long, or about 4.5 inches. What you have are two sort of diamonds, if you will, left and right, the way that they're shaped, and a couple of rake-shaped things generally, and another sort of rake-shaped thing. Okay. Handles appear to be aluminum, blades are steel. It also comes with this little tension device. Now these I actually like this. You may have seen this one and I picked that multi-lock. They're nice and long, they're flat. They actually have pretty decent corners on them, which helps them catch on the in the keyway. This one is about 410 inches or so, or about 1 millimeter thick, and the other one is nice and fat, and when it does fit into a keyway, it's actually quite nice. You don't normally get them this fat. So it's 805, so it's going to be 2 mil. There we go. Hopefully you can see the micrometer there in thickness. Set this aside. So these are actually kind of nice. I don't know if you really need them connected with this. And it came with one of these sort of tensors. It got mixed up with my other ones, but I've got a bunch of these from different sets. These are sometimes helpful and sometimes not. So I'll set those aside. Tension wrenches, not all that exciting. Okay, so what's the deal with these picks? So let's see if I can get closer and give you a better view. Hang on a second. So what you have is a piece of steel, I assume it's steel, that's been bent at a right angle. The end, it's going to be really hard to see, but the end sort of sticks up about like that. The height on this thing, you can sort of see it in this orientation. You can see how that's shaped. This height is, Jesus fuck, somewhere on the order of 1/10 of an inch, or 2.5 mil, 2.7 mil, and the width in this case of the teeth is about 2.2 mil, or 0.087 inches. Okay, so now the teeth actually reach out pretty well under pins. This angle part does slip into some locks depending on which one you're using, but I think they vary a little bit in height. Here's the sort of single diamond. Not always, and the way that they end up fitting in there, you have a very limited amount of rotational movement. So I've tried these on a couple of different, I have a number of different locks, from some cheap ones to some high security ones, and have really not found them to work well in any of them. I kind of like the idea of a rake for these locks, but this just doesn't seem to cut it. Now the thickness of the metal itself, and this is I think one of the problems. So it's about 033, 032 inches, or 8.082 mil. So that's pretty thick. That's about the same as a Southord Max pick, which I probably cleverly don't have. Oh, there's one. I think those are 034, 033. So it's the same thickness metal. I'm not going to say it's the same metal because I'm pretty sure it's not. But that's pretty thick for getting under some of these dimple locks. I found that it seemed to overset things if you could even get it in there. All of these edges around this thing are sharp and catch on everything. So I haven't touched this at all with any kind of abrasive or files or anything, it's just wicked sharp, and it tends to catch on all the brass, which is really not desirable. On top of that, was it this one? Yeah, this one disassembled itself when I was using it. That was not much force that I just used. So this is held in just with an interference fit or a press fit into this little aluminum, I assume it's aluminum or pot metal handle. So quality construction, not so good. You can see lots of how well it shows up, but let's see if we can get that to focus sharp on that. You should, and if I can get the light to shine just right, there we go. You can see just how rough that edge is, and that kind of continues all the way around. The outside is nice and shiny, but all of the cut edges are really sharp and rough. So it's possible that with a bit of TLC and some sanding and buffing and polishing, these might be useful for something. Handles might be useful for something. But overall, I haven't found a single lock in my fairly extensive collection for which these are of any significant use. So to me, the only worthwhile part of this $25 or $30 set is this pair of tension wrenches, which you could make a lot more cheaply from some sheet metal that you might have laying around. Now, these are stamped Southord on the outside, but you'll find that if you look around on the internet, you can get a remarkably similar looking set from the various Chinese manufacturers for around the same price, which is why I bought it from Southord. I figured it'd support an American company at least. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I would suspect that these are made by the same company that makes those Chinese ones. So they're probably made in Asia, not in the United States. And that is reflected in the quality and utility of the resulting product. If you like these tension tools, make your own. If you like these handles, you might want to buy this set. If you're looking for dimple picks that will be useful for any lock that I know of, don't buy this set. Sorry to say, I love a lot of Southord's products, but this is not one of them. So that's the PXD7 from Southord. I'll post the precise price in the video and caption. But I would say that's a definite thumbs down, 2 thumbs down on that. So it's unfortunate, but so it goes. Anyway, this is Alex. Thanks for watching. Have fun, and please keep it legal. Cheers.